Good morning, my dear children. Welcome to today's virtual session of 8th Standard History. I hope you are all fit and fine at home. Let us begin today's session with a very beautiful quote. If you surround yourself with clowns, don't be surprised if your life becomes a circus. Children, this quote gives a very important message that we should select people with care in our life, because if we are surrounded by foolish people, then our life will get affected by their foolish decisions and it will become highly disoriented. So children, we should select people with care in our life. Children, before your Diwali vacation, I started the topic beginning of freedom movement in your history syllabus. In that particular topic, you came to know about the background of formation of Indian National Congress. Then I discussed about the establishment of Indian National Congress, that on 28th December 1885, the first session of Indian National Congress was held at Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit School in Mumbai. Then you came to know the objectives of the Indian National Congress: to make the people from different parts of India forget the differences in religion, race, caste, language, geographical territories, and bring them on a common platform to understand each other's problems and views, to increase the feeling of oneness among the people, to take efforts for the development of the country, were the objectives of the Indian National Congress. Then I discussed about the moderate and the extremist phase. You came to know the partition of Bengal, anti-partition movement, 4-point program of Indian National Congress, and the differences between moderates and extremists. So children, the Renaissance which took place in the 19th century sowed the seeds of national unity in India, and this process was accelerated due to the national education system and the growth of the press, the feeling of unity, love of motherland, pride in our cultural and historical traditions. All this together led to the growth of a national consciousness in India. The foundation of the Indian National Congress was also an expression of this nationalism. Nationalism was not just a political ideology. Rousing the people against the economic exploitation perpetrated by the British was also an expression of nationalism. So children, today I would like to continue the topic beginning of freedom movement from the suppression of the British. So it is necessary to open your textbook. You should open page number 28 and listen to me carefully. Children, after anti-partition movement, the government was disturbed looking at the influential public protest. To control this movement, the government used the policy of suppression. Holding of public meetings was legally banned. Strict punishments were given to those who broke the law. School children were also beaten up. Many restrictions were imposed on newspapers. Many printing press were confiscated on grounds of blame of criticizing the government. Writers and editors were imprisoned. Strict actions were taken against the extremist leaders. This led to a severe reaction in Bengal. The revolutionaries adopted the means of firing bomb blasts, etc. These bomb attacks were advocated through Kesari newspaper by Lokmanya Tilak. The charge of sedition was put on Lokmanya Tilak, for which he was sent to Mandalay jail at Myanmar for 6 years imprisonment. Bipin Chandra Pal was sentenced to jail and Lala Lajpat Rai was deported from Punjab. So children, with a view to restrain the anti-partition movements, the British government resorted to the suppressive measures such as ban on public meetings, severe punishment to those who broke the law. School-going children were beaten too. Restrictions on newspapers, confiscation of printing press, imprisonment of writers and editors, strict action against the extremist leaders. Lokmanya Tilak was sentenced to 6 years of imprisonment to Mandalay jail on the charges of sedition, and Bipin Chandra Pal was imprisoned and Lala Lajpat Rai was deported from Punjab. So children, here you have come to know about the government became apprehensive due to the powerful anti-partition agitation of the people. In order to check the agitation, the government resorted to the policy of oppression. Acts were passed to ban on public meetings. Those who violated the law were punished severely. Even school-going children were caned. Many restrictions were put on newspapers. Many printing presses were confiscated on charges of criticism against the government. Writers and editors were imprisoned. The government took many strong measures against the extremist leaders. Lokmanya Tilak was charged with sedition and sent to Mandalay for a term of 6 years. Bipin Chandra Pal was sent to jail and Lala Lajpat Rai was deported from the Punjab. So children, today first I have recapitulated all those points which was discussed before related to this topic, and then I have discussed about the suppression of the British, that the government became apprehensive due to powerful anti-partition agitation of the people, and in order to check the agitation, the government resorted to the policy of oppression.